Hello Manchester United fans, we aren't helping him. Manchester United coach Amorim speaks out on Rasmus Hojlund goal drought. Rasmus Hojlund has scored only 7 times this season for Man United and has gone 16 games without a goal. Ruben Amorim has admitted Manchester United aren't helping misfiring striker Rasmus Hojlund. Hojlund has gone 16 games without a goal and has struck only twice in the Premier League this season. Coaching staff members are becoming impatient with the 22-year-old, and one was particularly scathing of his performance in the 1-0 defeat at Tottenham earlier this month. United signed Hojlund for £64 million, rising to £72 million from Atlanta in July 2023 when he was 20, having been deterred from moving for Harry Kane. Hojlund tallied 16 goals in a creditable first season, but the Denmark international made way for 17-year-old academy striker Cheeto Obi, with United 2-0 down at Everton on Saturday. Bruno Fernandes is United's highest scorer with a modest 10 goals this term, and he is the only player who has broken double figures. United have a -7 goal difference in the league after they ended last season on -1. The club is expected to recruit a more prolific goalscorer in the summer, but Amorim suggested their attacking issues were more of a team thing than a Rasmus thing. I think it's clear. We as a team aren't helping Rasmus, Amorim said. We don't create a lot of chances. We have a lack of threat and you can feel it in the games. Sometimes we are in the final third, but you don't feel like we are a very dangerous team, and you feel it also when we're defending low, and sometimes the opponent is not afraid of transitions. So I have this feeling also as a coach that we are not helping the strikers. I think Rasmus has a lot of potential. If we improve the way we play the game, he will have more opportunities to score. He came here very young, and when you're young to be the number 9 and play all the time, sometimes it's hard. It's everything together. The context. We have to look at Rasmus as a player. He has pace and he has the technique. He scores some goals that are really hard to score. Sometimes he didn't choose the better run. Sometimes he's so anxious to touch the ball because he goes a lot of minutes without the ball and he moves away from the goal where he's supposed to be, especially in the final third. We address that in training, and sometimes it has to be the confidence of the player, but especially the way we play. I see it in training that he can be clinical because we make exercises near the goal and he has the ability and he has already showed it here. It's more of a team thing than a Rasmus thing. If we improve, Rasmus will improve, and I have that feeling. Hojlund's compatriot, Patrick Dorgu, drew plaudits for his performance in the 2-2 draw with Everton in what was his 3rd successive start since arriving at the club from Lecce last month. Dorgu, 20, made his debut against Leicester City on the Manchester United £85 million flop could open door for Ruben Amorim to ready-made. Striker transfer. Man United have plenty of work to do in the summer transfer window, but Antony could offer an unexpected solution to Ruben Amorim's team. Manchester United are facing a critical summer transfer window under Ruben Amorim and Ineos as they look to put a disastrous Premier League season behind them. The Reds are unlikely to solve all their problems in one window as Amorim looks to shape a ridiculously unbalanced squad in his image. The concern, of course, will be whether the Portuguese is the right man to guide United into a new era and be given the expensive tools to do so. PSR constraints will force United to be savvy this summer, and the club's financial struggles will see costly transfer errors pay a heavier price than before. One such mistake that has partly led the Reds to their current position is Brazilian winger Antony, currently on loan at Real Betis in Spain. The forward arrived from Ajax in August 2022 for a hefty €100 million, £85.5 million, and having scored just 12 goals for the Reds, Antony is a certified flop. It's why his form in Betis has attracted so much attention, with 3 goals in 6 matches already bettering his total of just 1 goal for United this season. And according to Italian news outlet Tuttomercato, his impressive form has caught the attention of Serie A heavyweights Juventus. Although it remains uncertain whether they would pursue a permanent transfer or a similar loan agreement to the one Betis have, United's ears must be perking up at this. With United's 2 current strikers, Rasmus Hojlund and Joshua Zirkzee, netting just 11 goals between them in all competitions, a new number 9 is essential. One such player who could offer Amorim's team the firepower they so badly need is Juventus' Dusan Vlahovic. The Serbian has scored 14 goals this season, and if the reports in Italy are true, United may be able to leverage Juve's interest in Antony to secure Vlahovic's signature. Reports linking Victor Gyökeres to Old Trafford have gone cold and there are very few alternatives out there. But Vlahovic has demonstrated that he can cope with the pressure of playing for one of Europe's biggest clubs. Hojlund and Xerxes have looked out of their depth, weighed down by the pressure of playing for arguably England's biggest club. Vlahovic would offer few guarantees, and the fact that Hojlund and Xerxes also arrived from Serie A may put United off. However, playing for Atlanta and Bologna pales in comparison to the pressure of playing for Juventus, and that should make any potential transition easier. United have enough improved talent in their squad, particularly in forward areas. It's time for them to go for the ready-made striker to transform Amorim's limp attack into the dangerous threat they have so badly missed. Ruben Amorim points finger of blame for Rasmus Hojlund goal drought. Rasmus Hojlund hasn't scored a single goal in any competition in 2025, and Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim has given his take on the striker's struggles. Manchester United as a whole must take responsibility for Rasmus Hojlund's lack of goals, according to head coach Ruben Amorim. Danish striker Hojlund finished his first United season as the team's leading scorer, netting 10 times in the Premier League and 16 times in all competitions. He has found it harder this term, though, with just 2 of his 7 goals coming in the league. Since taking over at Old Trafford in November, Amorim has struggled for consistency, in part due to United's struggles up front. His 15 league games in charge have brought just 18 goals, with 10 of those coming from players either out for the season or since departed. Before their comeback against Everton on Saturday, Amorim's team had gone more than 250 minutes without a league goal. It's 2 months since Hojlund last netted in any competition, with the former Atlanta star scoring a match-winning brace against Victoria Plzen in the Europa League. But Amorim isn't pinning all the blame on the player himself. I think it's clear we as a team, we are not helping Rasmus, the United boss said. We don't create a lot of chances, we had a lack of threat, and you can feel it in the games. Sometimes we are in the final third, but you don't feel it like we are a very dangerous team, and you feel it also when we are defending a little bit more. Sometimes the opponents are not afraid of transitions. I have this feeling also as a coach, we are not helping also the strikers. I think Rasmus has a lot of potential. I think if we improve the way we play the game, we'll have more opportunities to score. I think he came here very young, and when you are very young, to be the number 9 and play all the time, sometimes it's hard. So it's everything together. It's the context. United are up against relegation-threatened Ipswich on Wednesday, and Amorim insisted he has seen plenty of positives from Hojlund, both in training and on the pitch. We have to look at Rasmus as a player, the Portuguese continued. He has the pace, he has the technique, he scores some goals that are really hard to score. Sometimes he doesn't choose the better runs. Sometimes he's so anxious to touch the ball because he passes long minutes without the ball and he moves away from the goal where he's supposed to be, especially in the final third. So we address that in training, but sometimes it has to be the confidence of the player, but especially the way we play. I see it in training. He has the ability and he already showed it here. But I think it's more a team thing than a Rasmus thing. If we improve, Rasmus will improve. Man United forced to make Osimhen move. Manchester United have found themselves in a position whereby they will be pressed into moving for Victor Osimhen during the summer transfer window as other major targets slip away from them. Rasmus Hojlund's form at Old Trafford is under serious question due to a lack of goals this season, with rumors that the coaching staff at Man United are starting to lose patience with him. But even before Ruben Amorim and his coaches started to go cool on the Denmark international striker, there was an appetite to land a genuinely world-class center-forward for Man United. Numerous names have been examined. Benjamin Sesko, Alexander Isak, and Liam Delap have all been associated with a move to Old Trafford. Yet the Red Devils are set to miss out on all 3, with the net result being that Osimhen is the last man standing. I think at this stage, Chelsea are frontrunners for Liam Delap, and the expectation is that whether Ipswich go down or stay up, he will likely leave this summer. Transfer news expert Ben Jacobs told GMS. And it seems pretty clear right now, unless Alexander Isak and a Newcastle exit influences the situation, that Arsenal feel most optimistic about Benjamin Sesko. Chelsea are optimistic about Liam Delap, but also have Sesko on their list. And Manchester United have looked at both of those players, but could well miss out on each of them. While it's not quite a case of Osimhen or nothing for Man United, the Nigeria international increasingly looks like a natural option for the club to move for. The prolific 26-year-old is set to leave Napoli in the summer, having spent this season on loan at Galatasaray. It has been claimed that a move to Old Trafford is 95% likely. For new signings planned at Man United, it's expected to be a busy summer at Man United, with Jacobs confirming that the Old Trafford side want as many as 4 new signings. As well as a centre-forward, they wish to sign a defensive midfielder, a centre-back, and another wing-back. Amorim has already explained that they will have to sell before they buy, making the summer market difficult to negotiate for the ailing giants. Thanks for watching. See you in the next time.